Welcome back, my name is Adrienne, and today we're here with a February book haul. Now, if you watched my last book haul, I specifically said that I wasn't going to be buying books anytime soon. I think I'm the only person that was fooled during that video, but I have this big plan to track my physical TBR, do a big unhaul, curate my books that I want to read into a smaller, more manageable number, and document it all on my channel. And when I thought I wouldn't be buying books for a while, I of course panicked and bought more books. I don't know, there was a train of logical thought in there somewhere, so it turns out I've bought like 10 more books, and now supposedly I'm done. We'll see. But before I jump into the books, I wanted to show you two cute bookish items first. My sister bought me this adorable little bookmark of Thomas Jefferson. Well, obviously Thomas Jefferson from Hamilton. It's currently bookmarking Kingdom of Souls, which is my current read, and he's just so cute. His little purple outfit. Thomas Jefferson is my favorite character in Hamilton. And then my mom got me this awesome tumbler that has bookshelves and my name on it. It's so cute. Thank you, Mom and sister. I love my gifts. Now, to the books that I panic bought when I thought I should stop buying books. The first book I picked up. The book is edited by Ibram X. Kendi. It just came out like a week ago, and it is a composition of 90 different Black authors following the African American experience from 1619 to 2019. I'm gonna read it this month, and I'm so excited to talk about it here once I'm finished. Next is The Mermaid of Black Conch by Monique Raffi. This is set in a small Caribbean island in the 1970s, and it follows a man who happens to find a mermaid. This fisherman named David sings while he's fishing, and one day it attracts a mermaid who keeps coming back whenever he's fishing just to listen to him sing. And one day she thinks that David is out fishing, but so she swims up to the boat, and it turns out to be some American tourists instead, and they capture her. And it's about David trying to rescue her and her transforming back into a human since she is on land. I'm very excited to read this, especially since I just finished The Deep by River Solomon and loved it so much, so I'm excited for more mermaids. Then I picked up Temper by Nikki Drayden. This follows a sci-fi fantasy futuristic world where everyone is born as a twin, and between them the 7 deadly sins are divided, and everyone has which ones are theirs tattooed down their arm. So the main character in this gets a very unfortunate divvy up between him and his twin, and he gets 6 of them and she only has 1. So he is a lesser person in society because he's so troubled, and he is trying not to let those things consume him or define who he is as a person. His relationship with his twin is very strained and competitive, and it starts to get worse when he starts hearing voices that are trying to get him to do bad things. Next is Black Fortunes, which is a nonfiction book. It's the story of the first 6 African Americans who were born into slavery and then became millionaires. A lot of them were self-made entrepreneurs and the first African Americans to ever achieve wealth. So I thought this would be a very interesting book to read because honestly I don't know who any of the 6 are. So I'm excited to hear these stories. Then I picked up Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. This is a time travel book. I think it's like a contemporary with this little sci-fi twist. There is a coffee shop in Tokyo where you can go and time travel, but there's a lot of rules, including you have to get back before the coffee that the coffee shop served you goes cold. And I think it's a bunch of shorter stories showing these lovely little snippets of people traveling back in time and sharing their stories. Next up is Washington Black by Essie Adujan. This book follows Washington Black, who starts off in the beginning as a slave on a sugarcane plantation in the Barbados, and he befriends a man who is an inventor and an explorer, and something happens where he has a bounty placed on his head because he was falsely accused of murdering someone, I think. So they end up trying to escape to keep him safe, and they travel through the United States and all over the world, I'm pretty sure, in this flying ship. And I think it spans his whole lifetime and goes all over the world, and it just sounds like an epic adventure that also hits a lot of spots in history. This one I've heard a ton of people talk about and really enjoy. Next, The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. I mentioned this in my January wrap-up because I've already finished it, and in that video I gave it 4 stars, but since then I've bumped it down to 3 stars. I think everyone knows what this book is about. It won the Goodreads Best Fiction for 2020, so my hopes were really high whenever I read this book, and I was disappointed by it. I thought it was a really good / okay read, but I personally didn't enjoy it as much as everyone else did, which is unfortunate. I did buy it. I wish I didn't because it did not turn out to be the book I was hoping for. Then, random purchase, The E-Myth Revisited, Why Most Small Businesses Don't Work and What to Do About It. I picked this up because Ali on YouTube, he said that this helped him greatly in developing systems, so I guess I needed to buy a book on how to develop systems. Ooh, an exciting one, Recursion by Blake Crouch. I think I've read probably 3 things by Blake Crouch. He writes sci-fi thrillers. They're so much fun and complex, and they mess with your mind, and I love his book so much. This one is in a sci-fi world where there is a false memory syndrome. People start getting memories of full lives that they haven't lived, but they feel real in their head, like they're remembering who they were married to and the child that they have, but they're not married and don't have a child. And it's really messing with people and driving people insane, so they're trying to solve what's going on. And you follow a detective who, at the beginning, a woman commits suicide because of the false memory syndrome, and then I think it's contagious, so maybe he gets it or something. It sounds really fun and very dark matter-esque, which I love. And then finally, a book everyone's reading this year, Atomic Habits by James Clear, an easy and proven way to build good habits and break bad ones. I'll hopefully pick this one up soon. Like, I want to develop better habits, but I'm also like, I'm not ready to have new habits yet, so. But supposedly, it has some tiny changes, remarkable results, so I look forward to it. And that is all. Supposedly I'm done buying books now. We will see. I should have my physical TBR video up soon, which now I'm gonna have to add all these books onto, so that's gonna be a really long video. And yeah, I shouldn't be buying any more, but I'm so glad I bought these 10 that I did. And now I'll go on a book bang ban. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.